हर श्लोक में प्रकाश, शिव का तांडव ब्रह्मांड का वास, गंगा की धारा गुरु का उपदेश, नित्यानंद का प्रेम सब कुछ विशेष। हर हर महादेव गूंजे गगन, शिव की शक्ति अद्भुत है अगन, भक्ति का सागर लहरों का नाद, गुरु की कृपा से मिटे हर विवाद, गुरु की कृपा से मिटे हर विवाद। ओम नमः शिवाय जपते हैं बल, शिव की लीला अनोखा है खेल, मीनाक्षी संग दिव्यता की झल, गुरु के संग जग सारा चमक। पुराणों की कथाएं हर श्लोक में प्रकाश, शिव का तांडव ब्रह्मांड वास, गंगा की धारा गुरु का उपदेश, नित्यानंद का प्रेम सब कुछ विशेष। हर हर महादेव गूंजे ये गगन, शिव की शक्ति अद्भुत है अगन, भक्ति का सागर लहरों का नाद, गुरु की कृपा से मिटे हर विवाद, शिव की त्रिनेत्र ज्ञान का दीप, मीनाक्षी की मूर्त भक्ति का संगीत, गुरु की शिक्षा जीवन का प्रकाश, नित्यानंद का नाम सच्चाई का आकाश। ओम नमः शिवाय जपते हर पल, शिव की लीला अनोखा है खेल, मीनाक्षी संग दिव्यता की झल, गुरु के संग जग सारा चमक। जग सारा चमक, जग सारा चमक। जग सारा चमक। जग सारा चमक। गुरु के चरणों में सारा संसार, शिव की महिमा जग का आधार, पुकारे मन से भक्ति की धारा, नित्यानंद के संग सत्य का सहारा। ओम नमः शिवाय जपते हर पल, शिव की लीला अनोखा है खेल, मीनाक्षी संग दिव्यता की झल, गुरु के संग जग सारा चमक। पुराणों की कथाएं हर श्लोक में प्रकाश, शिव का तांडव ब्रह्मांड का वास, गंगा की धारा गुरु का उपदेश, नित्यानंद का प्रेम सब कुछ विशेष। हर हर महादेव गूंजे गगन, शिव की शक्ति अद्भुत है अगन, भक्ति का सागर लहरों का नाद, गुरु की कृपा से मिटे हर विवाद, गुरु की कृपा से मिटे हर विवाद। ओम नमः शिवाय जपते हैं बल, शिव की लीला अनोखा है खेल, मीनाक्षी संग दिव्यता की झल, गुरु के संग जग सारा चमक। जग सारा चमक। पुराणों की कथाएं हर श्लोक में प्रकाश, शिव का तांडव ब्रह्मांड वास, गंगा की धारा गुरु का उपदेश, नित्यानंद का प्रेम सब कुछ विशेष। हर हर महादेव गूंजे ये गगन, शिव की शक्ति अद्भुत है अगन, भक्ति का सागर लहरों का नाद, गुरु की कृपा से मिटे हर विवाद, शिव की त्रिनेत्र ज्ञान का दीप, मीनाक्षी की मूर्त भक्ति का संगीत, गुरु की शिक्षा जीवन का प्रकाश, नित्यानंद का नाम सच्चाई का आकाश। ओम नमः शिवाय जपते हर पल, शिव की लीला अनोखा है खेल, मीनाक्षी संग दिव्यता की झल, गुरु के संग जग सारा चमक। जग सारा चमक। जग सारा चमक। जग सारा चमक। के चरणों में सारा संसार, शिव की महिमा जग का आधार। पुकारे मन से भक्ति की धारा, नित्यानंद के संग सत्य का सहारा। ओम नमः शिवाय जपते हर पल, शिव की लीला अनोखा है खेल। मीनाक्षी संग दिव्यता की झल, गुरु के संग जग सारा चमक। पुराणों की कथाएं हर श्लोक में प्रकाश, शिव का तांडव ब्रह्मांड का वास। गंगा की धारा गुरु का उपदेश, नित्यानंद का प्रेम सब कुछ विशेष। हर हर महादेव गूंजे गगन, शिव की शक्ति अद्भुत है अगन। भक्ति का सागर लहरों का नाद, गुरु की कृपा से मिटे हर विवाद। गुरु की कृपा से मिटे हर विवाद। ओम नमः शिवाय जपते हैं पल, शिव की लीला अनोखा है खेल। मीनाक्षी संग दिव्यता की झल, गुरु के संग जग सारा चमक। पुराणों की कथाएं हर श्लोक में प्रकाश, शिव का तांडव ब्रह्मांड वास। गंगा की धारा गुरु का उपदेश, नित्यानंद का प्रेम सब कुछ विशेष। हर हर महादेव गूंजे ये गगन, शिव की शक्ति अद्भुत है अगन। भक्ति का सागर लहरों का नाद, गुरु की कृपा से मिटे हर विवाद। शिव की त्रिनेत्र ज्ञान का दीप, मीनाक्षी की मूर्त भक्ति का संगीत। गुरु की शिक्षा जीवन का प्रकाश, नित्यानंद का नाम सच्चाई का आकाश। ओम नमः शिवाय जपते हर पल, शिव की लीला अनोखा है खेल। मीनाक्षी संग दिव्यता की झल, गुरु के संग जग सारा चमक। जग सारा चमक, जग सारा चमक। जग सारा चमक। जग सारा चमक। गुरु के चरणों में सारा संसार, शिव की महिमा जग का आधार। पुकारे मन से भक्ति की धारा, नित्यानंद के संग सत्य का सहारा। ओम नमः शिवाय जपते हर पल, शिव की लीला अनोखा है खेल। मीनाक्षी संग दिव्यता की झल, गुरु के संग जग सारा चमक। पुराणों की कथाएं हर श्लोक में प्रकाश, शिव का तांडव ब्रह्मांड का वास। गंगा की धारा गुरु का उपदेश, नित्यानंद का प्रेम सब कुछ विशेष। हर हर महादेव गूंजे गगन, शिव की शक्ति अद्भुत है अगन। भक्ति का सागर लहरों का नाद, गुरु की कृपा से मिटे हर विवाद। गुरु की कृपा से मिटे हर विवाद। ओम नमः शिवाय जपते हैं पल, शिव की लीला अनोखा है खेल। मीनाक्षी संग दिव्यता की झल, गुरु के संग जग सारा चमक। जग सारा चमक। पुराणों की कथाएं हर श्लोक में प्रकाश, शिव का तांडव ब्रह्मांड वास। गंगा की धारा गुरु का उपदेश, नित्यानंद का प्रेम सब कुछ विशेष। हर हर महादेव।
Nithyanandam, and welcome to all those of you who are joining us for today's live Nithyananda Yoga session. Please do come and get settled on your mat as we get started by the chanting of Sadguru Vandanam. invoking the presence of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, to manifest through each and every one of us through Nithyananda Yoga today. Nithyanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadrisham Tadvamsya Laksham Ekam Nityam Vimalvachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavaतीतं त्रिगुणरहितं Sadgurum Tam Namami. The next step of Nithyananda Yoga is the chanting of the Shivamula mantra, the invoking of the presence of Paramashiva himself. Because beautifully the Agamas reveal how the Mula mantra of any deity is like the soul of a human body. When you chant the Shivamula mantra, invoking the presence of Paramashiva here, simply Paramashiva will manifest through each and every one of us as we do Nithyananda Yoga. Because why do we need this? Because Nithyananda Yoga is actually a ritual. It is not just a physical act, but it is a way of connecting to the divine and making the divine manifest here. So, with that context, let us chant the Mula mantra 11 times. Please chant it internally within your inner space without verbalizing it. We will chant it out loud so that it's easy for you to follow along. We'll be doing the japa 11 times.
Om Ham Haum Shivaya Namaha. 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 Om Ham Haum Shivaya Namaha.
That the next step of Nithyananda Yoga is the Tattvachmanam, the ritualistic cleansing of the body and mind to become a pure vessel to receive Paramashiva's energy. For the Tattvachmanam, you will need your Panchapatram and Uddharini, the traditional cup and spoon filled with fresh water. What exactly the Tattvachmanam does is to connect each part of your body to become Paramashiva's body, because Paramashiva will only manifest within his own body. Since we are all Paramashiva, when we do the Tattvachamanam, we ritualistically cleanse all those toxins, all those impurities, and become ready to manifest Paramashiva. So now keep your right hand in the Gokarna Mudra, bending your index finger, slightly cupping your palm. Take an Uddharini of water, put it in the center of your palm. Sip the water through the base of your palm thrice at the end of each of the following mantras. ॐ आत्मतत्त्वं शोधयामि स्वधा ॐ विद्यातत्त्वं शोधयामि स्वधा ॐ शिवतत्त्वं शोधयामि स्वधा. Wash your hand with the water from the Panchapatram. With the base of the right hand thumb, wipe your upper and lower lip from right to left along with the following mantra. Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha. Wash your hand. With the tips of the index, middle and ring fingers joined together, touch your upper lip and below your lower lip. Wash your hand. With the tip of the right hand thumb and index finger joined together, touch your right nostril, left nostril. With the tips of the ring finger and thumb joined together, touch your right eye, right ear, and left ear. Wash your hand. With the base of the right hand, thumb and little finger joined together, touch your navel center, your right chest, your left chest, and with all the fingers of your right hand joined together, touch the top of your head, your right shoulder, left shoulder, and heart center. With that, let us enter into the Sankalpa, the creation of the conscious intention, your conscious resolution, what you want to manifest through Nithyananda Yoga today. Now we'll be getting started. Remember, in the Sankalpa, what you hold is what will manifest. If you hold that space, that intense, powerful space, to manifest the powers of Paramashiva, to manifest the way Paramashiva exists, that is what will manifest. But within you, if you hold the space just for health, just for a stretch, only that much will manifest. So now, as we start Nithyananda Yoga, hold your ultimate within your inner space so that you can watch it manifest. Now, place your right hand over your left in the Sankalpa Mudra, clasping them together. Place them both on the top of the right thigh with your back straight as we chant the Sankalpa Mantra.
ॐ ममोपात्त समस्त दुरितक्षयद्वारा भगवच्छ्री नित्यानन्द परमशिव प्रीत्यर्थम् श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिव प्रीत्यर्थं च शुभे शोभने मुहूर्ते अद्य ब्रह्मणः द्वितीयपरार्धे श्री श्वेतवराह कल्पे वैवस्वतमन्वन्तरे अष्टाविंशतितमे नित्ययुगे प्रथमे पादे जम्बूद्वीपे भारतवर्षे भरतखण्डे मेरोः दक्षिणे पार्श्वे शताब्दे अस्मिन् वर्तमाने व्यवहारिके प्रभवादीनां षष्ट्याः संवत्सराणां मध्ये विश्वावसूनां संवत्सरे दक्षिणायने श्रीलक्ष्मीवेङ्कटेश्वर ऋतौ शुभमासे शुभपक्षे शुभतिथौ शुभवासरयुक्तायां शुभनक्षत्र शुभयोग शुभकरण एवं गुणविशेषणविशिष्टायाम् अस्यां शुभतिथौ श्रीकैलासोन्नतद्वादशान्तश्यामलापीठारूढ श्रीमीनाक्षी सुन्दरेश्वराभिन्नस्वरूप परशिवपुत्र रत्नकुमार गुरुमण्यतुल्यावतार श्रीपार्वती स्थन्यपाणलब्ध दिव्यज्ञान विश्रुत सकल निगमागमसारभूत द्राविड वेद प्रवक्तृ श्रीमत्परमशिव करुणा समधिगत मुक्तामय चतुरश्रयान गीयमान छत्र चामर श्रीचिह्नकाहलादि समस्त बिरदावल्यलङ्कृत ज्ञान विज्ञान चक्रवर्ती सर्वजन संघ सद्यो निर्वाण दीक्षा व्ययापवर्ग वर्ष विश्राण जीमूत परमत कलभकेसरी शैव सिद्धांत स्थापनाचार्य श्री राजाधिराज पांड्य महाराज गुरु क्षपन शाक्यादि महांधकार निवारण ज्ञान भानु वीक्षणानर्हार्थ ध्वजोच्छेदन पूर्वक श्रीमद्वृषभध्वज स्थापक शैव समय कर्तृ सर्वज्ञ पीठारूढ़ श्री जगद्गुरु श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक स्वामी वागीश सुंदर माणिक्य वाचक स्वामिनां अवतार भूत श्री ज्ञान संबंध स्वामी पुनरुद्धृत श्यामला पीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ तृणवत्युत्तर द्विशततम गुरुमः सन्निधान अरुणगिरि योगीश्वर परंपरागत अरुणाचल सर्वज्ञ पीठ गुरुमः सन्निधान कैलास परंपरागत कांची कैलास सर्वज्ञ पीठ त्रयस्त्रिंशदुत्तर द्विशततम गुरुमः सन्निधान नित्योत्सव नित्य मंगल नित्य कल्याण नित्य रजित कैलास परंपरागत आदि कैलास नित्यानंद पीठ महासंस्थान महासिंहासन पीठ कर्तृ साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कैलास परंपरागत वैवस्वतमनु इक्ष्वाकु हरिश्चंद्र भगीरथ श्रीरामचंद्र शूरसेन इत्यादि अनवच्छिन्न सार्वभौम चक्रवर्ती परंपरागत चतुष्षष्टि योगिनी वंदित चतुष्षष्टि संप्रदाय प्रवर्तक अनुधर्म शासन सूर्यवंश प्राप्त सर्वज्ञ पीठ सुरांगी साम्राज्य मूर्धाभिषिक्त चूड़ामणि साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कपिल महागुरु पुनरुद्धृत महानिर्वाणि पीठ अष्टोत्तरसहस्र श्रीमहामण्डलेश्वर साक्षात् श्रीपरमशिवसमुद्भूत श्रीमहागणपतिसमारम्भ अनवच्छिन्नपीठाधीश्वर गुरुपरम्परा प्राप्त अटलपीठ अष्टोत्तरसहस्र श्री अटलपीठाधीश्वर धर्ममुक्तिस्वर्गपुरस्वर्णपीठ त्रयोविंशगुरुमहासन्निधान कैलासपरम्परागत आदिपीठ सर्वज्ञपीठ जगद्गुरो श्रीकैलास पुनरुद्धारक श्रीकैलासपरमाचार्य श्रीमत्परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्यवर्य सच्चिदानन्दप्रणवस्वरूप श्रोत्रिय ब्रह्मनिष्ठ श्रीमज्जगद्गुरु श्री भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव श्री ज्ञान संबंधदेशिक परमाचार्य स्वामिनां प्रीत्यर्थं तेषां पादारविन्दयोः भक्तिसिद्ध्यर्थं गुरुकृपाकटाक्षसिद्ध्यर्थं क्षेमस्थैर्यवीर्यविजय आयुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्याणाम् अभिवृद्ध्यर्थं धर्मार्थकाममोक्षचतुर्विधफलपुरुषार्थसिद्ध्यर्थं मम समस्तदुरितोपशान्त्यर्थं समस्तमङ्गल अवाप्त्यर्थं भगवत् श्री नित्यानन्द परमशिवप्रसादेन सकुटुम्बस्य ज्ञानवैराग्यजीवन्मुक्तिप्राप्त्यर्थं पूर्ण आरोग्ययुक्त दृढगात्र यौगिकशरीरसिद्ध्यर्थं परमशिवशक्त्याविष्करणार्थं सकुटुम्बस्य ज्ञानवैराग्यजीवन्मुक्तिप्राप्त्यर्थं नित्यानन्दयोगाभ्यासं करिष्ये.
Now wash your hand with the water from the Panchapatram. Om Apaupasprisya. And place your Panchapatram far away from you so it doesn't disturb you as we get into Nithyananda Yoga today. With that, let us get started into the preliminary stretches. Stretch your legs out and start by rotating your ankles in a nice deep circular motion. Giving yourself a nice stretch, rotate your ankles as much as you can. Pushing your ankles in a nice circular motion as deep as you can in the opposite direction now. And then pointing your toes nice and deep and flexing them. Point your toes and flex your toes. Point it and flex it back. Perfect. Moving on to our knees now. Come to standing position with your hands on your knees and start to rotate your knees in a circular motion. Pushing it, giving yourself a nice stretch here. And the opposite direction. Weird stretching. Coming up to a standing position with your hands on your waist. Start to rotate your hips in a wide circular motion, giving yourself a nice stretch. Feel it in your hamstrings, in your hips, in your back, all as you rotate. Once more in the opposite direction now. Perfect. Coming back down, we're going to be twisting our torso now from side to side. getting a deep torso twist. Feel your shoulders and chest opening as you do this. Push yourself. Don't just do it a little bit in the front for the sake of it. Push yourself as behind as you can. Feel it in your chest and shoulders. Then rotating your hands, bring your hands to your shoulders. Start to rotate from the shoulder, giving yourself a nice stretch. And in the opposite direction. Perfect. Last stretch. Rotating your neck. Feeling your neck rotating. And in the opposite direction. Getting a nice stretch.
And with that, now let us enter into our first asana for today, which is Paschimottanasana. We'll first be showing you how Paschimottanasana is done and then enter into some fun preparatory asanas, stretches for you to master Paschimottanasana. So in Paschimottanasana, we'll be stretching our legs forward. Over here, reaching for our toes, bending down, going down as much as possible, trying to bring our forehead down. So this is how Paschimottanasana is done. We will now enter into some preparatory stretches and asanas to master Paschimottanasana. So the first simple step for us to do Paschimottanasana would be to do Mahamudra, to open up our legs first in Bhadrasana, and then we'll move into a few more asanas. So in Bhadrasana, bring both your legs together. So you can come into Bhadrasana position where you're going to be bringing both your heels together facing each other. Your knees spreading outwards on both the sides. Trying to pull your legs to your perineum close enough, as close as you can. At first, when you come into this asana, you will see that there will be a gap between your legs and your perineum. It's fine, that's completely fine. But now, from here, you're going to start to rock your knees. Trying to bring your knees to the ground. When you do this, you will see you're putting the pressure on the muscles to open up. So, consciously visualize, bring your awareness, and see how you're stretching your muscles, opening them up, your thigh muscles. Rock it up and down. Putting it down with your hands. Now, slowly bring your feet 1 inch closer to your perineum now. Again, your knees might go up. That's completely fine. Again, rock and push it towards the ground. Rock, 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 push towards the ground. What this asana does is, it will give you a nice deep stretch, opening up your thigh muscles very nicely and some of your hamstrings too, such that when you do Paschimottanasana, your thigh muscles and your hamstrings will be stretched out enough for you to be able to do it easier. You can slowly pull your legs more and more closer to your perineum, as close as you can to your perineum. Now, pulling it, making sure your knees are coming and reaching the ground. And let us fold over here in Bhadrasana for the count of 5 Mahavakyas. Remember, take a few deep breaths. Even if your knees are not going down immediately, take a deep breath, push it down. Consciously bring the awareness to every single muscle being stretched in your body. And let us now hold for the count of 5 Mahavakyas properly. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Slowly relax, Bhadrasana. So that gave us a very good stretch. Just to give you a few more tips in Bhadrasana, as we have been practicing Bhadrasana every day, the first thing in Bhadrasana is you need to pull yourself more than you can. 1 inch more than you can. Every single day we are almost doing Bhadrasana. So in each asana, you need to consciously decide to hold it for more longer or either stretch yourself more. So try to push yourself 1 inch more every single day. Push your knees 1 inch more. Bear that pain or whatever that comes up when you do the asana, the stretch that comes, and hold it. Slowly, slowly, you'll see you'll start to become more flexible day by day. And in Bhadrasana, one very important tip is you need to keep your back straight and bent forward. Now, if you see if your back is bent, naturally your knees and your legs will go up. When you lift it back up and roll forward, lift your back up and roll forward, you'll see that your knees will simply go much more easier towards the ground and the stretch will happen much more easier. So make sure you're doing this when you do Bhadrasana, remember it. And with that, let us enter into our next preparatory asana for Paschimottanasana, which would be Mahamudrasana. In Mahamudrasana, you will be stretching one leg outwards. You can choose your right leg first, stretch it outwards, facing frontwards, and then your left leg is going to be bent towards your perineum. So you can take a look at how Mahamudrasana is done from the side angle too, such that you get a clear idea of what is Mahamudrasana. And now, in Mahamudrasana, you're going to first try to reach to your toes with both your hands. Mahamudrasana, only your right leg is stretched out, but with both your hands, you're going to reach for your toes and catch it. So naturally, when you reach for your toes, there's going to be a slight forward bend. I would request all of you, when you're doing this forward bend itself, first bring it from your torso. You'll see if you try to bend from your back and catch your toes, you will not be able to catch it completely. It will be much more harder to catch it. But if you bend from your torso, your complete upper body bending and catching, it will be very simple for you to catch your toes. All of us must make sure that we are able to catch our toes by the end of this preparatory asana. At least catching your toes. Bend forward, catch your toes. Let us first hold over here for the count of 5 Mahavakyas, catching your toes. Now, while you're catching your toes, or if you're not able to catch your toes yet, you are going to rock yourself forward and back. You're giving a nice stretch to your body in Mahamudra. Let us hold over here for the count of 5 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. That gave us a very good stretch in Mahamudrasana, catching with our toes. Now, you're going to move to the next step of Mahamudrasana. So, you're able to catch your toes now. You're going to try to bend forward and bring your head, your forehead, to your knees. So, you can see over here, the forehead needs to touch the knees. Your forehead needs to touch your knee when you bend forward. Naturally, when you do this, you will see that your elbows come to the ground. Let us not focus on bringing your elbows to the ground for now, but first trying to bring your forehead to your knee. So the simple way to do this would be to catch your leg first, your toes. Once you have caught your toes, you're going to slowly rock your body again now, but with a motion moving downwards. So when you catch your toes, you might be a little more higher up, but you're just going to rock yourself downwards, moving the motion downwards. Trying to bring your forehead or your face to the knee. So let us do this rocking motion at the count of 5 Mahavakyas. Bringing yourself, or if you're already able to bring your forehead to your knee, that's great. Hold over there, deepening the stretch for the count of this 5 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Come on, rock forward. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Slowly relax. That gave us a very good stretch in Mahamudrasana. Now we are going to be repeating this sequence on our left leg. So you can stretch your left leg out and bring your right leg back to your perineum. Over here, the first step is catching our toes. So bending forward from your torso, try to catch your toes. If you are unable to catch your toes, you're going to be rocking forward in the motion, moving towards your toes. Try to bring your hands to your toes. So let us hold over here and do this motion or holding it for the count of 5 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Very good. Now moving to the next step, bringing your forehead to your knee. So push yourself back down towards the ground, moving in a motion towards the ground, rocking yourself if needed to open up your muscles. And let us hold for another count of 5 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Slowly relax back up. So in Mahamudrasana, we stretched both our legs out, doing a half Paschimottanasana and a half Paschimottanasana. Now we're going to put those two together, bringing both our legs forward. And now, performing these same preparatory stretches, trying to first catch your toes, but this time both your right and your leg. So your respective hand will reach to your respective toes. Bend forward, bringing your hands to your toes. Putting that motion towards your toes. And let us hold over here for the count of 3 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Come on, push yourself. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Again, slowly relax now. And now we'll move to the next step of Paschimottanasana, which is trying to bring your forehead to your knees. So you're going to bend forward, bring your forehead to your knees. So now one thing in Paschimottanasana you can do if you have a partner for support is from your lower back, you can push forward. That will help give the stretch. So you can push your partner forward, make a deep stretch. It will help reach the forehead to the knees. Lifting the back forward. And now you can do it for your partner too. So that will give a good stretch over there in Mahamudra, in the Paschimottanasana, complete Paschimottanasana. Hold over there. Give a good stretch to your body. Take a few deep breaths. And now we'll enter into seeing the various components we are going to perform while doing Paschimottanasana. These will be the various components we are going to be doing. In Paschimottanasana, we have as part of Nithyananda Yoga, we have 12 components that we always do for each asana. In Paschimottanasana, we are going to be doing the Rechaka Kumbhaka, visualizing yourself as Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. Hold that visualization in your inner space as you do Paschimottanasana. The bandhas. Now, in Nithyananda Yoga, there are 3 bandhas, main bandhas that we do. The first bandha is the Mula bandha, which will just be sealing your perineal floor. Just holding up and sealing it. The next step, the next bandha that we do is the Uddiyana bandha. For doing the Uddiyana bandha, you will inhale completely, then exhale forcefully, completely exhaling all the air in your body, and then pull your stomach towards your back. You'll pull your stomach towards your back. After exhaling completely, pulling your stomach towards your back as soon as possible. This is the Uddiyana Bandha. Now, in the Uddiyana Bandha, you'll first inhale, hold the Jalandhara Bandha, which is the third Bandha. The Jalandhara Bandha is basically holding your chin downwards. Not just, the main aim is to hold it downwards, blocking any air movement. So you can bring your chin to your chest, which will give the most easiest way of blocking it. This is the Jalandhara Bandha. So in Paschimottanasana, as you can see, we are doing the Mahamudra Bandha, which means engaging all these three bandhas together. So you'll be doing the Jalandhara Bandha, the Uddiyana Bandha, and the Mula Bandha. These will simply come also in the position you're entering into Paschimottanasana. So you can let it flow normally and do Paschimottanasana when you're performing these three bandhas. Then we'll be doing the Prana Mudra in Paschimottanasana, which is catching your toes with your middle and index fingers. So as you see in Paschimottanasana, we'll be stretching forward, catching your toes and bending forward. So that's the Prana Mudra. Chanting the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam as we do Paschimottanasana. The japa will be Om Mahasadashivoham in Paschimottanasana. So let us now enter into doing Paschimottanasana together. Stretching your legs forward, bending, and bringing your body into a complete Paschimottanasana. Janu parilalatam tu paschimam tanamuchyate yena kena prakarena sukham dharyam cha jayate. Slowly relax.
Now we're going to be moving on to our next asana. Our next asana is going to be very powerful. It is working more and more into our Padmasana. The next set of asanas we have coming up are working more and more deeper into our Padmasana. So the asana now we're going to use Urdhva Kukutasana 1, which is a balancing for your core as well as mastering your Padmasana. Starting off with Padmasana, first I want all of you to take a test. How deep are you able to get into Padmasana? Just this is the position where you're going to be bringing both your feet to your opposite thighs, okay? This is the Padmasana position. I want all of you, each of you watching, to do this and post in the live chat section, in the comments. How much are you able to get into? Are you only able to get into one leg in Ardha Paschimottanasana, in Ardha Padmasana? Are you able to bring the other leg just about up? Or are you able to do a full comfortable Padmasana? Can I request each and every one of you to please post that in the chat section? How deep are you able to get into Padmasana? Take a few deep breaths. In Urdhva Kukutasana, the way you're going to be doing it is lifting off the ground. Placing your palms by your side and lifting off the ground. Now we're going to see how to master it. So starting with the Padmasana aspect of it itself. For Padmasana, you will need the flexibility in your ankles as well as your knees. These are the main places. The one slight bit in your thighs, your knees, and your ankles is where you're going to be seeing the flexibility. So to start off, bring one foot to the opposite hip. So let's say you're bringing your right foot to your left hip. Push your knee towards the ground here. So this is going to be a very important step. Where you, in this position, keeping your left leg extended out forward, bring your right leg towards your left hip and start to push it towards the ground. You will find that this actually requires some ankle flexibility. The ability for your ankle to bend in that position to allow your knee to reach the ground. If you have a very stiff leg, you'll see that it just stays up here and it doesn't go lower. So then if you find that's the case, try to push it down. Taking a few minutes now. Let's hold it for the chant of 3 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Slowly relax now. Bringing the opposite foot in. Now bringing your left foot to your right thigh. Push your knee towards the ground, getting that deep ankle flexibility. You need to feel the whole leg stretching out as you push it towards the ground. Push your knee down, lower and lower till you can rest it comfortably on the ground. And let's hold here for the chant of 3 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Slowly relax, coming back up. The next stretch to do to mastering Padmasana is in a wider Bhadrasana position, pushing your knees towards the ground. So take a solid object, something that will not crush your pen, and place it in between your legs in the Bhadrasana position. Automatically, you'll see your knees tend to go really high. Even if you're someone who can do Bhadrasana well, perfectly, the minute you bring this gap between your legs, your knees will start to raise up off the ground. Now here, you have to push your knee towards the ground. Taking the effort to push your knees deep towards the ground. Bringing your feet as close to your perineum as possible. Try to push your knees towards the ground. Giving yourself a nice stretch. You can also lower your torso towards the ground as you're doing this. And relax now. Now we're going to be working on getting deeper into Padmasana. Bring your leg high up towards your chest, cradling it between your hands. Take your right leg to start off with. Cradle it between your hands, pulling it up high towards your chest as much as you can. Try to touch the entire foot towards your chest, holding it there. And let's hold here for the chant of 3 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Now relax your leg and doing this with the opposite leg as well. Rocking it back and forth, pulling it up as high towards your chest as you can. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Slowly relax. Now you can attempt to do Padmasana itself now. Bringing both your feet towards your opposite thighs, trying to push it as deep as you can. First step is pulling your feet as deep within as you can, and then from here working to push your knees towards the ground. Now one thing you may find that will help you is leaning your hips forward. The more you bring your hips forward, the easier you will find it to keep your knees on the ground. And if you're finding it a bit difficult, the minute you bring your leg up, your knees are raising, it's very uncomfortable for you. One tip is, when your foot is down, when you're lifting it up, push your weight onto the knee. So let's say when you're lifting your right foot, which is your second foot, push your weight onto your knee and then try to pull it up. So try to do it with the knee on the ground, bringing your leg up, not first trying to bring your leg up and then push your knee towards the ground. This will also really help you. Perfect. Now that we have mastered Padmasana, it's time for us to get into the arm strengthening part of Urdhva Kukutasana. Because in Urdhva Kukutasana, you're going to be completely lifting off the ground and balancing in the air. For that, you will need strong arms. So we're going to be building that, trying to lift off the ground by continuously doing Urdhva Kukutasana. So now start off by putting your hands on the ground beside your hips. And try to first just lightly bring yourself off the ground. Just your hips and lower back, leaving your knees on the ground. Just trying to lightly lift your hips off the ground. So you can see how to do this exactly. Just lightly lifting only your hips off the ground. Your knees will still be on the ground. Only your hips will be raising up and off. So try to get your balance here now. One more thing you can do is bring your hands beside your thighs. You do not keep your hands back towards your hips, but keep your hands beside your thighs and try to lift off. Okay, relax. Now instead of lifting your hips off the ground, you're going to try to lift your knees alone off the ground. So in this position, lifting your knees off the ground. Trying to do the full Urdhva Kukutasana now. Just attempt it, pushing yourself off the ground. Try to lift your legs up as high up towards your torso as you can. Just keep trying it again and again. What you can also do for support is to sit on top of a higher surface, like a block or something. Sit on the higher surface. And then place your hands on the ground beside your hips. And you might find it easier to raise first your knees and then trying to raise your full body off the ground here. In Urdhva Kukutasana, you will be visualizing yourself as a rooster doing the Kakachanchu Kumbhaka. So look here now to learn how to do Kakachanchu Kumbhaka, where you'll be sticking your tongue out and curling it into a tube-like shape. So try to bring the sides of your tongues together into a tube-like shape and inhale through your tongue. Hold your breath and then exhale through your nose. Clenching just the perineum in the Mula Bandha with the Shambhavi Mudra. Although your eyes are open, let your complete awareness and gaze be turned inwards. Feel the weight in your palms as you push up and off the ground. In Urdhva Kukutasana. वासिष्ठमथ कौण्डिन्यम् ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटमेव च अष्टावक्रमथोत्तानम् मयूरं सेतुबन्धनम् and slowly relax.
We'll now be entering into our next asana for today. The next asana we're going to be doing is Sarvangasana. So we now have started practicing our Padmasana in Urdhva Kukutasana. We are slowly going to bring it to a more deeper and different variations of Padmasana as we move throughout in today's yoga. So in Sarvangasana, we are actually going to be doing Padmasana. And in Padmasana, we are going to be lifting off our body from the ground itself completely with our hands upwards. So this is how Sarvangasana is done. Now in Sarvangasana, you will need to have a tighter Padmasana such that you can hold it, because there will be no support of your hands at all next to your Padmasana. Holding it over here, giving that deep stretch to yourself. This is how Sarvangasana is done. So to master Sarvangasana, we'll do some preparatory asanas such that we can make sure our Padmasana is tight in Sarvangasana. The first step we can do to master our Padmasana, bringing a tighter Padmasana, would be to do Matsyasana. So in Matsyasana, your legs are going to be in either from directly in Padmasana, you can come to a lying down position, or once you go there, you can place your Padmasana. So place your Padmasana, lie down backwards, giving a deep stretch. Now over here, it is very important your legs are as high as possible upwards, high as possible in Padmasana. So you can put the Padmasana once you come, and you need to make sure your knees touch the ground. So these two things need to be made sure in Matsyasana. Your knees need to come to the ground, and your Padmasana needs to be deep as possible. Now, if you are unable to do Padmasana as yet, what you can do is you can do Ardha Padmasana, placing only one leg above, trying to give that deep stretch to your one leg, such that you can still try to do Sarvangasana as Ardha Padmasana. So now in Matsyasana, give the deep stretch to your body. If you want a much deeper stretch to hold your Padmasana, you can also place a block under your back. Try to give a deep stretch to your body. There is now hold over here for the count of 5 Mahavakyas in Matsyasana. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. You can now slowly relax from Matsyasana, coming back to a sitting position. So that would have made our Padmasana much more stronger. Now to do Sarvangasana, we also need a certain amount of shoulder strength. So for us to master that shoulder strength, we are going to be doing an asana called Setu Bandhasana. In Setu Bandhasana, you'll again come to a lying down position first. From here, you're going to be stretching your legs out completely and lifting up your body from this position, lifting up your hips to the sky, with your legs stretched out a little bit. To start off, you can first place your hands for giving you a support under your thighs. So what this will do is, this will give you a support for you to be able to do Setu Bandhasana. Try to stretch your legs out a bit, coming to a sort of like, you're literally like a bridge. a small wooden bridge in Setubandhasana. So this is how Setubandhasana is done. Once you're able to balance, try to remove your hands, giving that same support. What this does is, this will strengthen your shoulders. You need to consciously bring that awareness. In Setubandhasana, you're actually strengthening your shoulders. To give that more deeper stretch, you can even push your legs more backward, not bringing them too forward, but keeping them backward itself, but balancing on your shoulders. Try to remove your hands as we're trying to give the more of the support to our shoulders, trying to give more of that strength exercise to our shoulders. So try to remove your hands once you've lifted up your body. Hold over here in Setubandhasana for the count of 5 Mahavakyas. You can relax once and then again lift up after that and hold. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Slowly relax. Now in Setubandhasana, we got a very good deep shoulder strength. We can do one more round of Setubandhasana at the count of 3 Mahavakyas. Again, strengthen our shoulders. Slowly lift up when you're ready. And hold it. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Very good. One last set of Setubandhasana. Consciously bring the awareness to your shoulders as you're strengthening them. You need to put that weight on the shoulders. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Slowly relax. So now, from this same position, what you're going to do now is, as you've just now strengthened your shoulders, you're going to try to lift up your hips and bring that balance in Sarvangasana. So you're not going to necessarily need to put your legs in Padmasana immediately now. This is more to get that balance and stretch to enter for us to be able to do Sarvangasana. You can lift your legs, your hips up a bit with the momentum and place your hands behind your hips. So how this position is, your hands are placed behind your hips, pushing your body up. First, what you can do is you can bring your legs a little more downwards and then lift them up. So from the position when you have lifted up your hips once, you're going to try to bring your legs a little backwards. That's all. Stretching them upwards. So holding over here, strengthening your shoulders, and we let us hold over here for the count of 3 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Slowly relax. So give us a good strengthening exercise in Sarvangasana. You can get up, give a slight stretch to yourself, rearranging yourself. So that gave us a very good strengthening to our shoulders in Sarvangasana. Let us practice now doing Sarvangasana completely. So bring your Padmasana, bring your legs into Padmasana first. From the Padmasana, lie down into Matsyasana first. Second, lying down into Matsyasana. Then lifting up your Padmasana a bit and trying to rock yourself up into Sarvangasana itself. Now in Sarvangasana, you can move your Padmasana a little backwards and frontwards, giving a little bit deeper stretch to your body. Very good. Hold over here in Sarvangasana for the count of 3 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. So relax. Very good. So that gave us a very good strengthening exercise in Sarvangasana. Now we'll be seeing the various components we are going to be performing while doing Sarvangasana.
So in Sarvangasana, the pranayama, starting off the pranayama is Murcha Kumbhaka, which is, now when you go into the Sarvangasana position, you'll automatically see your chin comes towards your chest. When your chin is at your chest, it's called Jalandhara Bandha. So of course, Sarvangasana has Jalandhara Bandha in it as well. When you're in Jalandhara Bandha, when you continue to do the breathing, that pranayama, that kumbhaka is called Jalandhara Bandha. That is the Murcha Kumbhaka. When you visualize Swamiji in your inner space along with this position, doing the Jalandhara Bandha and the Mula Bandha, gazing towards your nose. Remember to gaze towards your nose in this asana. With the japa of Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham in your inner space, the Shambhavi Mudra, your complete awareness turned inwards, even though your eyes are open in Sarvangasana.
Very good. So now, for us to enter into Sarvangasana, just to understand why these 12 components of Nithyananda Yoga. Beautifully, Swamiji reveals Nithyananda Yoga is not man trying to enter into divine, but it is the divine entering into man. When you perform all these 12 components, the visualization, the bandha, the gaze, the mudra, all of these are directly connections to Paramashiva. Like the pranayama, when you inhale the prana, that deep prana which you inhale goes and awakens your complete body. The prana is the carrier of consciousness, so that is naturally bringing the consciousness into your body. Like this, these various components, nowadays in modern day yoga, they are missing out the original source. They're only focusing on the asana part, strength, flexibility, etc. But all these 12 components is what truly makes yoga, which is the union between the divine and man. So making sure you do all these 12 components is a vital part of Nithyananda Yoga. So when you're doing Sarvangasana, make sure you're doing each bandha properly, doing the pranayama, the visualization, the gaze, the mudra, and the asana. Very aware with lots of consciousness and awareness. Perform this, and let us now enter into doing Sarvangasana itself together. Come to a lying down position. Bring your legs into Padmasana and lift up. Holding up in Sarvangasana. अथ क्षेत्रसङ्क्षेपात् सर्वाङ्गासनमुत्तमम् यत्कृत्वा योगनिपुणो विद्याभिः पण्डितो यथा. Slowly relax. Coming back to a sitting position.
So with that now, we're going to be doing some counter stretches for all the asanas we saw today. Stretching out our legs. Come to a seated position in between your legs, keeping your legs outside your hips. Just sitting here with your back straight to start off with. Feel the stretch first in your knees, in your legs. Make sure your feet are outside your hips in this position. Keep your back straight. And try to lean forward and down in between your legs. In between, bringing your torso in between your knees in a nice stretching position. Holding here for just a few seconds, giving yourself a nice stretch. Relax now, coming back up to a seated position. Take a few seconds to open up your side of your torso by stretching out. Giving yourself a nice stretch here. In the opposite side as well. Bringing your hands overhead, giving yourself a nice stretch. And relax. So now after this, now we're going to be looking at two very important parts of Nithyananda Yoga. First is the skeleton dance. So the skeleton dance, Swamiji has revealed, is a very, very powerful methodology, a meditation actually, to manifest that space of Paramashiva by building the bones. Swamiji said the skeleton dance directly strengthens and builds the bones in your muscle and in your body. And because the bones directly correlate to your integrity is the bone framework of your entire life, this will also help you increase your integrity. So as Swamiji has been revealing, your life, the way you manifest life, is all about being organized and disciplined, is bringing integrity into every aspect of your life. So when you do the skeleton dance more and more, when you do it authentically, you will see how integrity itself manifests in your life. And with that, we are going to be entering into the skeleton dance. So I'll be leading you through it step by step. So you're going to come up to a standing position, comfortable standing position. And from here, close your eyes. Each of you request you to close your eyes and start to visualize yourself as a skeleton. So how you're going to visualize it? Now when you look at when you think about yourself, you think about yourself as how you look at yourself in the mirror, right? Don't do that. Think of yourself, look at yourself just as pure bones. So you would have seen a skeleton. How that skeleton is just pure bones. There's no differentiating factor. There's no part of you within. It is just is. Visualize yourself as that. Pure bones. Keep your eyes closed. visualizing yourself as pure bones. Start to shake your body intensely. So without any kind of rhyme or reason. Just moving it chaotically but intensely. So do not try to have any structured movements. Just moving it wildly, moving it intensely. But move your body continuously. Keep your eyes closed, visualizing yourself as a skeleton.
नित्यानंदा अवतार शिवा पुराणों की अद्भुत कथा मंत्रों की गूंज दिल की प्रीत गुरु के चरणों में है सब जीत
Don't leave any part of the body untouched.
सपनों के रंगों में सजी ये रात चमके सितारे बजते चलते रंग साथ गहरी भक्ति में डूबे हम सभी शिव की कृपा से मिले हमें खुशी नित्यानंदा अवतार शिवा पुराणों की अद्भुत कथा मंत्रों की गूंज दिल की प्रीत गुरु के चरणों में है सब जीत नृत्य में खो जाओ स्वप्नों की चाल धड़कने बोले ये शिव का कमाल आत्मा गाए वो अनमोल गीत गुरु के चरणों में सब संजीवनी रीत नित्यानंदा अवतार शिवा पुराणों की अद्भुत कथा मंत्रों की गूंज दिल की प्रीत गुरु के चरणों में है सब जीत शिव की धारा अमृत की गाथा गुरु के चरणों में जीवन की बाता आसमां से गूंजे अनहद की धुन
And slowly stop and come back and start walking back and forth on your mat. So that was a very intense and nice skeleton dance that we had, stretching our body out in all directions completely. For the next part now, we are going to be learning the Trinetra Kumbhaka as revealed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. So how Swamiji has revealed the Trinetra Kumbhaka, you can come to a comfortable seating position first. Then we'll first be teaching you how you can perform the Trinetra Kumbhaka. Swamiji has revealed this Trinetra Kumbhaka fully awakens your brain. And if you just do the Trinetra Kumbhaka every single day for 108 times twice a day, you'll simply be able to manifest all the powers of Paramashiva. So in this Trinetra Kumbhaka, we have 7 steps. We'll be showing you those 7 steps, and then we'll enter into doing few rounds of this Trinetra Kumbhaka. So in the Trinetra Kumbhaka, you're going to be needing both your thumbs. Your thumbs have to be stretched out first. The first step is to inhale through your left nostril. Hold is the second step. Third step, again inhale through your right nostril. Hold. Fourth step. Fifth step is inhale through both your nostrils. Holding is the sixth step. And the seventh step is exhaling through your left nostril. Then again, without inhaling back, inhale through your left nostril. Without leaving your breath, inhale through your left nostril. Again, hold your breath. Then again, inhale through your right nostril. Hold your breath. Inhale through both the nostrils. Hold your breath. And exhale through your left nostril. So this has to be a continuous cycle. You should avoid breaking it. You can do it a little more slower, or based on how much ever you're able to hold your breath.
Swamiji reveals that in this pranayama, the importance is in holding the breath as long as you can. You don't need to push yourself to a state where it becomes difficult, but just till the point you feel comfortable. Before the discomfort starts, holding the breath for as long as you can is very key when it comes to this pranayama. One more thing Swamiji also reveals is the fingers are only for the support, but the actual holding of the breath needs to be done by the will, because this pranayama directly awakens the Agnya chakra, the third eye. So the will, the seat of your will. So holding with the will the breath is what is the most important when doing Trinetra Kumbhaka. So now let's do it together slowly. A few times. Let's do it 11 times together slowly. So if you have any questions or doubts, you're not still sure how to do it, we'll be taking you through it once more, and then let's do it together 11 times. Okay? So you'll be inhaling through your left nostril. Inhale as deep as possible. Hold it as long as you can. Without exhaling. So here's the key part. Without exhaling. Trying to hold your breath still. Inhale through your right nostril. Again, hold it for as long as you can. Do not release the breath, but inhale through both nostrils this time. Hold it as long as you can. Before exhaling again through the left nostril. Both the inhalation and the exhalation are done through the left nostril. Let's do this now together 11 times. Just do it at your own pace as you feel comfortable. Continue to do the Trinetra Kumbhaka. Continue to do the Trinetra Kumbhaka intensely. Inhale through your left nostril. Hold as long as you can. When you feel that you cannot hold it any longer, inhale through the right nostril. Again, hold it as long as you can. Inhale through both nostrils, holding as long as you can. And then exhaling through your right nostril. Exhaling through your left nostril. Continue to do this intensely just a few more times. Use your will intensely to do this pranayama, this powerful Kumbhaka that Swamiji has revealed. Just 2 more times. One last time. Relax now. Come to a laying down position as we enter into Shavasana. Place your palms by your side facing upwards. Your legs resting by the sides. Visualizing yourself as Paramashiva, resting in Samadhi. Do the Shakti Chalan Mudra. Feel the energy raising up and around your body into every point, every aspect, every inch. Chant the Mahavakya in your inner space. Be completely aware. Do not fall asleep. In Shavasana. Then rock yourself up into a seated position. Congratulations to every one of you. You have successfully completed today's Nithyananda Yoga. Hope all of you had a breakthrough and enjoyed it. Do share with us which asanas you found helpful, useful, and had a breakthrough in, how the experience was for you, and also if there was any places you felt stuck, felt you needed more help. Do post that as well, and we'll definitely help you along. Mastering Nithyananda Yoga. Also, to understand more about yoga, what these 12 components are, what role do they play, and why Nithyananda Yoga is different from any other type of exercise or even other types of yoga. There in the description below, there's a link to a webinar revealing the authentic science of yoga. So do check that out as well. Do not miss the Paramashiva Sena program starting in December 1st on December 1st. It's a free 30-day program where you yourself can experience yourself as an embodiment of Paramashiva, as the ambassador of Paramashiva, where you can awaken all the components of your life and reveal yourself as a new person, as Paramashiva himself. So do not miss out on the Paramashiva Sena program. The link will be projected at the end of the session. And offer your gratitude at the feet of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. Take a few seconds to thank Swamiji for this amazing science of yoga revealed to each and every one of us from authentic Hinduism. For us to be able to experience this itself is the greatest blessing. And with that, let us end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavat Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva Paduka. Om Nithyananda. Nithyanandam, everyone. Thank you and see you tomorrow.